Man versus Mars. Could you survive if you were lost in space? With today's technology, you'd have to be one smart engineer. Welcome to Arena Books Review. We're talking The Martian by Andy Weir. No, it's not about little green men, and it's not about discovering or exploring artifacts we find on the surface of the red planet. This is the first manned mission to Mars, well, the third to be exact, and things go horribly wrong on this third mission as a sandstorm forces an early evacuation, and when they're rocketing off the planet, they lose one crew member because he's basically hurled off into the storm after getting slammed into and impaled by the communications array, and he's presumed dead. This sets up the story for you, and it's an absolutely riveting tale. It's told from the first-hand perspective of astronaut Mark Watney, and he figures out if he's going to survive on this planet, he's got to use every bit of training, experience, and intellect he has. And that's what the story is about. You hear his personal thoughts, you hear what he comes up with, the engineering feats, the ability to take a look at what he has, what NASA provided, and to actually use that and extend that. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, even for science dummies like me, he took you through the whole process, minus the equations, of how he would make CO2 into oxygen using his oxygenator. And it goes into great detail. This is a spoiler-light review, so I won't reveal all the big MacGyver moments he has, but suffice to say, this guy has a determination to survive, and he does it with a sense of humor and a sense of humanity that makes you care, makes you think this is not just some fictional character, this is a real human being, and you're rooting for him every second or every week, every month, and as it goes on and on. He's on Mars for a very long time, so his engineering feats are even more impressive because he extends the equipment for such a long period of time. And there's all kinds of problems. There's this real, this could really happen feel. So he painstakingly has to figure out how do you communicate back with Earth, because you can't just talk to them. Long-range satellites don't work that way. There's a lot of human drama because we go back to the planet Earth and we see what the reaction is when people think Mark Watney's dead, the first human being to die on Mars. And so there's this real sense of the politics that go into it, the economics of how do you launch a rescue mission, the human side of the story, the families, the crew that left Mark behind. There's moments where you feel the camaraderie among astronauts, among these group of engineers, these techno geeks, and what they're willing to do and what they're able to come up with in the face of adversity. Not just Mark Watney, but the whole engineering group that faces these technical challenges to actually say, can we realistically bring him home? And so it's really fun to see that human drama. But the core, the heart of the story is Mark Watney and how he perseveres in the face of adversity against all odds, the ultimate man versus nature story. It is an extreme example of man versus nature. I found this extraordinarily gripping, funny, a couple of parts. I can't go into it because that'd be the spoiler. But Mark Watney has his moments. He definitely does when he wants to give up. But he realizes that he can use science, which he uses as his toolkit. He can use his knowledge to survive, and so that's what he leans on. And he comes up with so many funny one-liners. This book's full of them. I think we'll be quoting this guy for a long time. But kudos to Andy Weir. It's just super tough on Mars, and we get a sense of that with some pretty harrowing experiences that the astronaut goes through. So check out the book. It's speculative fiction, again, at its best. And it could happen. It really could happen. So long live the Ares 3 crew, Mark Watney, the survivor man on Mars. And what would a true-to-life, real space adventure be without a message to Houston? One of my favorite lines of the book. Houston, be advised. Rich Purnell is a steely-eyed missile man. They didn't say it like that. They keep their cool, but Rich Purnell is a steely-eyed missile man. This has been Arena Books Review. Check us out online. Thanks for watching.